Good morning, Flutarians. Welcome back to another session of the Atomic Flutist. Let's warm up together. Now, I want to invite you to tonight improv games at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I'll be going live on Zoom, and we'll play some games. And I think at the end, I'll share a song by the Cosmic Butterflies. If you haven't already listened to the Cosmic Butterflies album, you can find some of my flute playing on there. And Wednesday nights, I kind of have a classic rock theme for improv games. We've been doing Let It Be by the Beatles, Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, House of the Rising Sun by the Animals, and Hotel California by the Eagles. We have kind of a animals theme here. Now also the Cosmic Butterflies. We have 5 Wednesdays in March, so I figured I would also include one of the Cosmic Butterfly songs. We'll do Colors Flying. And well, the Cosmic Butterfly, sometimes it's hard to define what genre our music is, but you could maybe call it folk rock, or some of it has kind of a classic rock feel, some of it has kind of a folk feel. So we'll do that song tonight. It has relatively simple chords. We'll play it in the key of C. But for our warm-up today, the key of the day is E flat major. So let me put a drone on E flat. And let's go ahead and start with a simple, sweet improvisation on the first 3 notes of the scale. So E flat, F, and G. Remember, you can still improvise with all the other elements of music like rhythm, articulation, and dynamics. I think one of the challenges as a flutist is, especially one who wants to sound professional, is how can you take something so simple as 3 notes, like, for example, what we just played, or for example, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and make it not sound boring, make it still sound beautiful and musical. So I like to incorporate vibrato, big dynamics. So let's start on the higher E, this one, and descend down the scale, the chromatic scale. We won't skip any notes. And let's go not only all the way down to the lower E flat, but all the way down to the low C as well. So let's do this in pairs of 2 notes. And let's put a crescendo at the beginning and a decrescendo at the end. So in the middle, when you transition to the next lowest note, it should be as loud as you can possibly play. And at the beginning and end, it should be as quiet as you could possibly play, all the while trying to have an awareness of your intonation. You can use this drone tone to tune to. You might also like to have a visual tuner for reference. So I'm going to do this without vibrato, so that the vibrato isn't interfering with my hearing of the intonation. So E flat to D. Ooh, it would sound nice to go down to B and then B flat, but we don't have a B flat on the flute. A low B flat. So in that exercise, if you find that your low notes are cracking up, you can always go back to the last pair of notes that was easy possible for you. Do that one again, and then see if you can relax into the lower notes. For the lowest notes on the flute, the corners of my mouth are really relaxed, and my bottom lip is really soft and supple, and the aperture of my embouchure is kind of wide, almost like a pancake, as opposed to more round. So let's go back to that low E flat, and let's practice some different articulations. So usually beginner flutists either start with no tongue, like hoo, 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 or they start all of their notes with two, 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 and I find it useful to start my notes in general with a little two, like just a gentle one. It seems to get the airstream moving faster and avoid some of those whistle tones that can come out when the airstream hasn't sped up fast enough. But being able to get the notes out with a who is better training for the embouchure and knowing exactly where it should be for that particular note. So let's do this as the arpeggio. Oh, there we go. My fancy tape here was not stuck on enough. Probably time for a new piece of tape soon. So sometimes I also use a do as opposed to a two. It's like the do, my tongue is a little bit fatter or wider where it meets my teeth, and the two, it's more pointy. So let's do the E flat major arpeggio. E flat, G, B flat, E flat, and let's play 6 notes per note. Yeah. And let's alternate between these 3 articulations. Who and a gentle do, and then a firm two. So the last one, the two, is like really, what do we call that? An accent. It's really accented. So we'll do who, do, who. So we'll do that a series of 3 twice, and then we'll go up to the next note. Now on G. Now on B flat, who, do, two. Now let's put our fingers on that. What, is the high E and the low E the same? No, the high E is different because it's got this left pinky activated. But let's put our fingers on the low E flat and see if we can get out those whistle tones. So whistle tones are these little fairy-like sounds that usually happen by accident at the beginning or end of a flute note when the airstream isn't fast enough to make the whole flute vibrate. But it is considered an extended technique, and I think knowing how to do it on purpose helps avoid doing it when we don't want to do it. So let's just take a breath or two to see if we can get out those whistle tones on the low E. It requires maybe 10% of the air volume. So let's start working our E flat major scale, and let's also continue with some articulation. So we'll do ta, ta, ka. I'll do da, ga, like double tonguing. But if you're not familiar with double tonguing yet, you can just do single ta, ta. We'll do E flat, E flat, E flat, E flat, F, 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 G, 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 and keep on going all the way up the scale, 2 octaves. Now let's go back down to the bottom. And I like to try and keep a lower register like embouchure for the upper notes. It seems to make them more resonant. So let's do basically the same thing we did before, but without the long note at the end of each note. And twice as fast? Well, not twice as fast. Let's do daga, 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 daga. That's what I mean. Now twice as fast. Daga, 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 daga. Let's do that same series going down. So first we'll do daga, daga, da, daga, daga, da. Now back up to the high E, and we'll do daga, 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 daga. Da da ga da ga da ga da ga. Now let's spend a minute each actually on each of those 3 E flats, low, middle, and high. I sang the arpeggio, but you know what I mean. And let's do these 4 different patterns. First is super slow and tall vibrato, lots of time in between the waves, and lots of pitch difference between the high and low. Then we'll do as fast and slow, not as fast and small as possible. Then we'll do slow to fast, and then fast to slow. Let's do it on the low E first. Low E flat. Slow and big. Fast and small. Now slow to fast. Now fast to slow. Now let's go to this E flat. We'll do the same series. Super slow, super fast, slow to fast, fast to slow. Here comes super slow. Here comes super fast. Slow to fast. Fast to slow. Next, we'll do that same series of 4 on the high E flat. Super slow and super big. Super fast. Now slow to fast. And fast to slow. So let's work that arpeggio a little bit more. And we'll start at the top and add one on the bottom each time. So let's do this slurred. This is kind of like, I think of it as like an inverted, what do you call it? A negative pull-up, where you start up at the top and then you kind of relax into the lower one. And then it's like a pull-up again when we lip up to the next higher note. So we'll do E flat to B. That's not, I didn't sing the right note, but E flat to B flat and back up. And then E flat, B flat, G, B flat, E. Now, one of the things that I'm doing when I do this is I'm listening for any blips in my fingers where my fingers aren't opening or closing at exactly the same time. I heard one in there between both times, between I think the E flat and the G. So I'm going to do that again and listen for that and be mindful, are my fingers opening and closing at the same time? Now, if you're having lots of blips in your flute, it could be probably one of two things. One is your fingers aren't opening and closing at the same time, or two, your flute keys aren't physically opening and closing at the same time. It could be a mechanical issue that could need an adjustment, basically. So that might be the case for me. I'm sending my flute to Luke Pinella, actually. Next week, he's the founder of the Flute Forum. We've been doing some Ask Luke Anything question and answers on Mondays at noon Central Time. So join us in the Flute Forum School if you want to ask questions live. And he's an expert flute technician as well. So here we go, from the top all the way down to the bottom. Let's do it one more time. So let's finish up with some 3-note scale segments. Let's start on the bottom and it'll sound like this. Da 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 da. Let's go all the way up to the second high E flat, I mean. I'll do this, let's do one version slurred, all the way up and all the way down, and then we'll do it again with each note articulated. Let's do the same thing, but with each note articulated. For fun and for practice, let's go up the scale with a trill on each note. And down. All right, thanks for warming up with me in the key of E flat major. We'll do some trills tonight, and I bet in improv games. So even if 6:30 p.m. Central Time doesn't work your time, come check out the Flutarian School. There's games in the classroom that you can play on your own time, and there's a supportive community forum where you can post your progress, post your wins, post your challenges, and even post your favorite music humor. So, or other, you can post YouTube videos or videos from around the web that are flutists that inspire you or musicians that inspire you. So hope to see you there. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.